deck. And if you can somehow have like okay matchups into both of them, I think out of nowhere you just get smashed off Betty. Like I don't know.
It is kind of, I think what you're saying is kind of true, where there's a lot of just do my own thing decks, and it definitely feels like interaction is kind of fake.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
Interacting with your opponent in general feels like it's not a thing that's worth doing. The only exception is Lucci, but Lucci doesn't feel like a real part of the format anymore.
It's because it doesn't like. The problem with Lucci is if he builds a deck to beat Snake Man, I think it's instantly worse against Grape, and then all of a sudden it starts losing against Betty. Like that's the fucked thing.
Yeah, if you have too many 10 drops or whatever.
If you build too much top end, all of a sudden your Betty matchup's not great. Which is like so weird. And then if you build it to beat Betty, you just lose every single time to Snake Man.
Betty is such a weird deck too, because it sucks against so much of the meta. Like the deck is so bad against so many decks, but it stomps blue purple and green purple. And it's just decent against yellow green law, but it almost doesn't have that many more winning matchups after those 3 decks.
No. I don't, like honestly, Betty is arguably a bad deck.
Yeah.
It's just its best matchups are like
it has like multiple 30% win rate matchups.
And that's like, but the thing is, well, Betty gets beat off rogue decks like fairly consistently as well. Yeah. But like it wouldn't Snake and Grape don't really get beat off rogue decks. They just kind of trash. I think that's why I haven't. Again, it's one of the reasons why I haven't played as much is because you're either playing a deck that can sort of win against Snake and Grape, and then maybe it's win against Betty or maybe it's lose against Betty. But then that's like it. You play basically 3 or 4 different decks. They all kind of feel the same in terms of my removal's not strong enough to beat this, so I probably lose the game. Or they've drawn like ass and I'll probably win. Or you're against Betty, which when you lose to it, you're like, that kind of sucks because I don't really feel like Betty should be doing well against whatever I'm playing. Or you win and you're like, oh, I beat Bella Betty. Yeah. And I'm like, cool.
It's weird though, where like 11 has felt like there's a decent amount of variation between what wins, but like you said, it doesn't seem like there's much of a variation in the gameplay.
I think it's kind of fake variation, because even when I was playing a bunch of Oil Luffy, I didn't really interact with my opponent either.
No.
Like, I'm doing my own thing.
Ramp, 6, 7, 9, 10, GG's.
Bonk.
Yeah.
I doubt that. And then it's like, at least in the past, I felt like, you could tech a couple of cards in here and there. Maybe it's, it'll make one matchup a little bit better and another matchup a little bit worse.
Yeah.
Right now, if you don't have, especially for Grape, I really feel like if your deck is not built for Grape, it's a really, really, really tough matchup. But then on top of that, if your deck is not built for Snake, you just lose the game.
Yeah. I think it's so weird too, because like, losing to, I don't know why, but losing to blue purple has felt like more demoralizing even than like losing to Sokka or red purple law or whatever, just because like
I think, not to interrupt you, but I think it's because those decks still felt like they had a pretty decent skill ceiling.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. When I lost to Sokka, when I lost to Sokka, it actually did feel like my opponent outplayed me, with the only exception being they just drew and cast 3 or 4 Morias in a row, right? When they just went like Moria on 8, Moria on 10, Moria on 12, then you're like, okay, I just got Moria'd. But like all the early turns, like you said, it took actual skill to interact and go back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, I think every deck has that kind of high roll, just turn my mind off, I have one card to play, and this is the obvious play, I'm just going to play it.
For sure.
5 turns and only win the game. It's like, oh, well, it is what it is. But like, the skill, especially in One Piece, comes down to games where you draw like far from ideal. Like you have, especially with Sakazuki, you had so many decisions that you make. Which card am I bottom decking? Which card am I trashing? Every single turn it was like draw one, trash one. Do I need this in my trash for X, Y, and Z? Whatever it was, blah 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 blah. That felt like a lot of decisions. Even Law, to some extent, had that in terms of there was some games where they wouldn't want a Dawn minus early. They would actually try and ramp a little bit. With like this all day Sunday and stuff like that. And they still had those really explosive turns. And again, they still had games where, they had low Beppo in hand and a bunch of different random stuff. They just kind of died instantly because they just drew the nuts. That sucked. But again, in the games where they didn't draw super well, I felt like the games were pretty close and my opponent would outplay me. With Snake Man, I don't think I've ever had a game where I'm like, wow, my opponents played that really well.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, obviously they played that card. Obviously they played that card. Obviously they played that card. Like,
it's so funny too, because if you look at like Sakazuki or Blue Purple in terms of like overall game length, I would assume that like they both play like equally long games. Like there's a lot of time spent in the game, but so often when I was playing against Sokka, it was like, okay, I need to have a start, like a kind of aggressive start, and I need to establish like a big body, but like if they miss a key turn, I can get a foothold into this game and close it out. And against Blue Purple, the foothold is like you, I feel like we mentioned it last time, but by the time they activate their second leader ability, if you're not already super far ahead, like it's over. And then it's just it gets drawn out of actually killing for so long, as they're just like holding up infinite like Dawn counter events and playing giant 9-drops that like, it just feels futile.
I haven't played the deck a lot. Like I only have probably like 20 to 25 games in the deck. But even just from those, I'm like, honestly, even a lot of the time, the first time I activated my leader ability, with 90% certainty, I could call who was going to win the game. From like literally just the first one. I'm like, okay, I have either absolute nuts and there's literally 0% chance I die.
Yeah.
Or maybe on their turn, they've got a small chance of winning. But otherwise, I just felt like it was just, well, my cards are generally better, my leader's generally better, and I have a bunch of cards, so I'm probably going to win. I have like infinite defensive events. Let's see what it is. Gear 2 is honestly one of the ones where it really tipped it over there just well. Cards. Just the whole deck. Just
so
no,
flexible,
it's not even like it's just the whole deck, man.
It's so weird where like if you look at straight up tournament results or whatever, right? Winning tournament results and top 8s, there's definitely less Blue Purple around than there was Sokka, but like I don't know. I just like, I don't know. I can't find any fun in the games. I can't find a deck that I think has interesting stuff going on. It's like I like Buggy, and like Buggy is, I guess, one of the best things in the meta to be doing right now, since there's so much Blue Purple and so much Betty. Yeah. But I don't know. There's only so many times I can do two guys Buggy. But yeah, that's me personally, I guess. Which is weird too, because 12 really feels like a set with such high power level that there's still stuff that I'm like experimenting with and trying to figure out, and a lot of actually like really interesting decks. Like the day before yesterday, I was messing around with Rosinante and actually having a lot of fun, and the Rosinante leader actually felt like it was in a really decent spot, especially with like I got a deck list to a point where I was like, oh wait, I'm actually favored against Green Zoro. Like I'm actually favored against Green Zoro because I can just disable their leader ability for the first 3 turns of the game, right? Like their first 3 leader abilities get canceled. because they attack with their leader and I just block with mine. And then there's no more leader restand and I get to keep all my characters. And eventually I have a giant board and they have none. And then even if they get to activate leader ability, it doesn't matter because I have 4 blockers in play or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that really felt like, oh, this is... I saw a problem I have. I looked for a card that was good against that problem. I came up with a list, and like that list ended up working out. And now it's like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe I can expand upon this further, right? And I'm actually really interested in looking at the Rosinante list more because... the 2-drop Rosinante from Extra Booster 2 has been sick.
It's insane.
Like, so sick. When it finds itself, it's gross. Yeah. I think it was like... It's Sugar, Rosie blocker, Koshiro blocker, itself, and then you can like play the 2K Pudding to bounce it back to your hand and get a free 2K. And like that package just felt so good. And you back it up with Mihawk blocker and Bonnie blocker. It was actually like, it was really cooking. I mean, I might have to post the list somewhere, but it was really cool. And just, yeah. The whole deck was also like a 2K Mihawk deck, which was also sweet.
The 3-drop.
3-drop. 2K Mihawk, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The nice thing with OP12 is that I think the powerful decks feel different.
Yes.
So it's kind of what I was saying earlier, but in a good way. Like, they actively play different. They have a bunch of different cards in. I do slightly worry about the Mihawk becoming, like, if just everywhere. Like, the airdrop Mihawk, just like...
For sure.
Coming everywhere. Like, that's my only like concern against right now.
I, for one, welcome our new green overlords.
Yeah, you know, at least it's like a totally different thing. Because I think purple's been pretty strong.
Yep.
Since the starter decks came out, like since the bunch of starter decks with the Luffy starter deck and the purple Luffy starter deck.
Yeah,
I think purple's been pretty strong since then. And you touched on it briefly, but when black was on top, you felt like if they had one bad turn early game, all of a sudden you're in with a really good chance.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, like, you can't afford to ever have a bad turn, and even then they still might win.
Yeah.
And even if they have a bad turn early game, they still get away with it. Like, Snake Man, it can just have like an okay turn. It doesn't need anywhere near optimal. Like, you know, maybe it's a 3-turn or 4-turn turn is like activate gear 2 or something, and it's like, well, it's not ideal, but like they're still ramping, they're still doing what they need to do. It's like, oh no, they didn't play Mr. 2, but they played gear 2 instead, and they're like, well, yeah, it's still really good for them.
Yeah,
when black was on top, it was like, if they didn't play that early game like Kuzan or Rebecca, or maybe they just didn't quite have the math in hand. Maybe it's had like 14 Dawn worth of characters and they can only remove 13 Dawn. Then all of a sudden they're like,
didn't mill a Hina to their graveyard or whatever.
Yeah, just didn't have the quiet tool, the right tool in the right place or whatever. Like, even in those games where, sometimes black would just feel kind of unplayable depending on what you were playing, where they were just going to remove everything on spot, they left us just enough in there to give you hope sometimes of this game might still feel a little bit different because they don't have, X, Y, and Z in hand or in trash or whatever. But with these games, I don't know. I played again just a smidge this week. I was just trying to fine tune my Caldara deck, so it was just OP12. But even then, I was like, OP12 is such an enjoyable format.
Yeah.
I think honestly compared the last 2 or 3 for me.
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm getting a little bit hyped.
I've just really been thinking again about how blue purple Luffy hasn't been it hasn't been a dominant tournament winner and an oppressive tournament winner or whatever, but it still just has such a negative impact on the format as a whole where everybody everybody's thinking about it when they pick their deck to show at the table, you know? I mean, there's more like Yamatos and Smokers and Buggy and Bello Betty and, you know, all these decks that are really just trying to kill you before you even untap with 10 Dawn in a perfect world. But
and then that spawns like another kind of, I'll say, almost toxic gameplay of, well, there's two main decks, Super Aggro or Snake Man, because the control deck's really struggling in Snake Man. So then if I build a deck that's like somewhere in the middle, maybe I destroy Bella Betty and it doesn't even feel like a real game because one, they're playing Bella Betty, and two, my deck's really good against it. Or two, you can draw against Snake Man and like you don't have your one or two tech cards in the matchup, so you instantly feel like you've lost. And it's like, huh. I know this game's over on like 10-3 because I just don't have my aggro card or whatever it is. And it's like, oh, guess I lose now.
Yeah. I mean, I really hope they do something about it, but 12 as a whole, like, I've been thinking about it so much about like the OP12 metagame and trying to like condense it into like if we do actually get rid of Snake Man, what does the metagame look like? And it's still a very like aggressively slanted metagame because there's a lot of aggro decks that are like very strong and put on a lot of pressure, and a lot of them put on pressure in different ways, right? Where like I think the 4 big main decks that I always think about now are like Rayleigh, Green Zoro, Smoker, and GP Luffy. These are all decks that are like pretty fast through one way or another. Either, you know, Zoro doing the I'm invincible stuff, or GP and Smoker, you know, playing something and then untapping Dawn and trying to like dump their hand really quick and then kill you. It does feel like there's other things you can do, but definitely slow decks are in a bit of a rough spot right now. I have to see how Bonnie actually does into those 4, but
yeah,
Bonnie versus Rayleigh is tough, I think.
Oh, really? Well, I say that. If you take Snake Man out, though, I bet you can make a Bonnie deck that does. I mean, you can always make a Bonnie deck that's good into aggro.
Yeah,
like it's just the nature of the leader. That's where like deck building becomes a lot more open when they start to remove like the extreme ends of the matchups. Because you can.
Yeah, figuring out how to build Bonnie is the tough part. Like what your top end is, because it definitely seems like 8-drop Kid is a thing of the past. It's like a little too easy to get gotten rid of, and Zoro just attacks into it too well.
Yeah, I've got a feeling the Mihawk package is like almost too good to turn down.
It's Mihawk for sure. It's just what else is like? Is it a Shanks metagame? Is it a Tendofi metagame?
Is it
that type of a thing? Exactly.
I kind of get what you mean. Which is a nice thing with Bonnie. You really can kind of make the deck around. Is it a 9-drop Zoro game? Like, you know, am I going for the crazy aggro, or is it just super duper control? I mean, if it's an aggro meta, I think Bonnie can absolutely thrive. Like, honestly, I still think back to like the games where I had like 3 Pedro in my deck.
Yeah,
like, Pedro is such a crazy card.
For sure. Pedro good against 3 of the 4 main aggro decks.
Yeah.
Really good against GP, pretty good against Rayleigh, really good against Smoker. Doesn't matter that much against Zoro, but wait, is Pedro 6 or less?
5 or less.
5 or less at KOs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, I think 6 or less actually.
So it's still decent against Zoro, but they might just rest it and not attack into it.
Oh, no, it is 6 or less. It's 6 or less.
Yeah.
Just crazy. But I think Bonnie already has a lot of options, and it sounds like they should just kind of get more, to be honest with you. So like the meta game can always be As long as you got a good read, as long as you got a good read on the meta, I think you can always make a pretty good Bonnie deck. The ban I kind of want is 3-drop Chopper as well. Like, unironically.
Animal Chopper?
Yeah. I don't think
that card sucks right now.
bro.
I have not seen that card once in 12. It's like decent in Red Zoro, but Rayleigh kind of gaps Red Zoro right now.
It's like I would ban. Like, if I was in charge, I would ban so many cards.
Oh, really? That's funny.
I'd be like, I want a different meta every single month. Like, I'm banning Karasu because that card is absolutely stupid. But it's just a terrible deck.
I think that card is fine. And why would you ban it before Red Purple Sabo gets to play with it? I think Karasu is totally a balanced card. It's good, but I don't think it's broken. But I mean, if I could make the ban list, I would definitely do Blue Purple Luffy, Gum Gum Giant, and the Merry-Go stage. I don't know if I would do anything else outside of those three right now, but
stage could be interesting.
Just because I do think if you ban only Blue Purple, Green Purple is the like top deck in the format most likely.
Yes.
And even if you ban Blue Purple and Gum Gum Giant, Green Purple is still really good. It's just so fast in how it dumps its hand with
everything.
Yeah. With its leader plus Sanji Pudding.
Strong. I don't know if I would go as far as saying just ban the leader as well, but
no, I don't want to quite either, because I do think it is an interesting deck, and it's not like easy to play. If you're good at the game, you're much better at playing GP than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But still,
it does a kind of interesting deck building, like ironically. There's like 7 or 8 flexible-ish slots in it. Like the Electrical Luna, Radio Knife, and Gamma Knife, things like that.
It just gets a whole bunch of upgrades in PRB2 as well. That's kind of the scary thing for me, is that Premium Booster 2 gets you 3 really good new cards that are all Straw Hat. So
I'm with you.
Here, I'm linking the sauce as well.
This throws in that too?
Yeah. This is the sauce. This shit has been gas.
Oh, it's a great shout. Weevil's an interesting one. Didn't think about Weevil.
Yeah. Just another good 6K you can play off of the Mihawk. If this deck could play Perona, it would be goated.
Wait, which Perona?
The Slash Searcher Perona.
Yeah.
But you can't because your leader's not Slash, it's special.
Oh.
I guess it chose not to bring my audio in. I was talking. I was like,
oh, yeah. Now we can hear you. There you go. How's it going, Kebby?
Great.
There was an essay in that one word.
I mean, I figured I should get the yard mode before, because I'm not going to be able to do it next weekend, so I'll be in the hospital all weekend. So, you know,
it is what it is. I'm sorry, senor.
It is what it is. There's not really much to talk about in regards to meta changes, since there is no meta changes.
I mean,
because they did just basically convert over OP12 to West, kind of, sort of.
EU Nationals was this weekend, so there's definitely some interesting stuff there. I think it was. I mean, they just finished the finals earlier today. I don't know if they have the deck list up anywhere yet, but I know grand finals was Bello Betty versus Teach, and semifinals. The semifinals game was Teach versus Smoker, and Teach ended up winning.
Yeah, they haven't had anything since 6/29.
Yeah.
Oh, the Toulouse.
Eggman's been busy with Bandai Card Fest and other stuff like that.
And this hasn't been changed since the 24th, so I said there's nothing here.
I'm trying to see if Orange Samurai D posted about it or anything like that.
Maybe.
There was one on Reddit I saw, slightly updated, but like it was basically the same.
Maybe it's here.
I think I saw Rage slightly gone down in win rate because more people are just playing it.
Oh, nice.
I've not really played the deck too much.
Yeah. Man, Blue Purple Luffy has really been picking up in Japan with Premium Booster coming out.
So you're talking about Regional Porto?
No.
Because that looks like that's the 9th. Okay, there's a Treasure Cup, but that's not the same.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, nothing. Okay.
God, who would post about it?
I mean, there's Toronto last weekend.
Orange Samurai D did a top 24. I remember that.
I mean, it depends. Do you guys want to talk about that?
I mean, we've been talking about it a little bit while we were waiting for you, but we've just been talking about like the meta game as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, how bad it is.
Oh, no.
I hate this limbo.
I don't. Looking objectively, I don't even think it's a bad meta. It's just very repetitive.
Yeah.
Like, very repetitive.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, the Gilded Roger cards they are getting better.
I mean, everybody's
Roger?
been talking about the new 8-drop promo that they spoiled, but it is a promo, and that makes a huge deal because we have no idea when the promo is going to be released, especially in English, right? A lot of the time, Japan gets the promos way before we do and has way easier access to them. So
it's true. But I mean, it's
the green Straw Hat cards. Did you see the 5/7 on play on tap 2?
Yeah, the Sanji?
Yeah.
Sanji.
Film as well.
Yeah, both of them. Pretty nice.
That card looks gas, yeah. All the film cards are interesting, like Uta Revival.
Let it up 8 plus at the update.
So they're just trying to make one last push for Uta.
Yeah, exactly. Film Uta Revival.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but all right.
There you go. That's
but this is just the ranked meta thread or whatever.
Yeah.
Hasn't really changed much.
Yeah, it really has. Like, few things going up, few things going down, but it's still basically the same deck, the same power rating, honestly.
Man, I like this deck a lot, but I don't think this deck is going to be winning anything.
Oh, Zoro dropped. Reiju's on the increase. That's nice.
Yeah.
I literally was talking about Yamato yesterday. I was like, it never really got past 9 or 10. Look at it, prove me wrong. It's a 7.
It's still fake, like.
It's not.
What is it between like, I don't know. This is the clear top 5, top 6.
And I'm amazed at how well Purple Luffy keeps doing on the ranked sim, but I never see that deck anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, that's the sad thing about Snake Man. It's just everywhere on the sim, and like, it's just everywhere on the sim.
I'm praying that next podcast we can talk about the ban list and really go in deep.
Hear me out. These 3,087 games is by Luffy TV channel.
No, Luffy TV's been a green purple main.
Yeah. I've seen him doing it more.
Yeah.
I'm just making a joke. Like,
I hear you.
Person.
He's been grinding green purple. I think he topped 64 to Treasure Cup with green purple on Friday. But
it is funny. It's back to 3 Luffy in the top 5. Like, they never really left. They never really went anywhere. But like, and oil is just like doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
But we should probably get right into it.
Yeah, we can get into it. Talk about this deck. Talk about other stuff.